Hey, what's going on, APG family? Welcome back. I'm a little bit excited right now because I'm not sitting in front of the shop wearing a polo. Where am I? I'm in Johnson Valley, the best place in the world, the playground of us off-roaders. We got the buttes right here in the background. What do you think, Brian? It's like 75 and sunny.
Just about perfect.
Just about perfect for a day in the weather. Coming out here, we wanted to do something special today. I actually delivered Brian his new Pro Runner straight out to his property. We got the buttes right here in the background. This is Brian's kind of home away from home.
Absolutely.
And he's like, hey, I got some land out there. Can you drive it out here? And I'd like for you to give me a bit of an orientation on the vehicle and then let's go rip it. And that's kind of the plan. We're gonna do a little bit of a build walk around for you guys, show you some of the ways that we built Brian's Bronco Pro Runner. A little bit different, right? Lighting choices. Guy's got a PA, he's got comms, he's got the full Pro Runner build. 3-inch flares, awesome on that one. But yeah, without too much mumbling after that, let's go take a look at the car, walk around it, show you some of the build details, and maybe answer some questions you may have, things like that.
Sounds great.
Let's
do it.
Man. Right on. I remember the first time you called. Give me a bit of your kind of Bronco story. You had a Bronco. How many Broncos have you had? What's your Bronco story?
Well, yeah, so my grandfather bought a Bronco back in '66 from a dealership in Corona, and that Bronco's been in our family ever since. And so it's been the vehicle that I started out bringing out here as a four-wheeled vehicle because our original start was dirt bikes. Yeah. But that Bronco kind of stemmed into the new craze of Broncos coming out when they came out with the new model. And so we ended up, through a group of friends, decided let's all get new Broncos. And so really the 66 is the one that we still have that started this whole addiction. And it slowly evolved into what we have here.
So is this your first 6th gen Bronco coming from the Classic?
I wish it was, but it's been a learning curve. And so a lot like many things in life, we've got to do baby steps. And through those baby steps, we start with, well, what do we want to do? So we buy a 2-door. And because I felt like that's the nostalgia, that's the Bronco. I had other people buying 4-doors, and so we bought the 2-door. Well, it didn't take long for us to realize that our family was too big for it.
Yeah.
And so
same for me.
Ultimately, we had to get rid of the 2-door. We were fortunate enough to get into a Raptor Bronco after that.
Sweet ride.
Same color. It was the dream. With that being said, we had that one for a brief time because we had a couple issues with it. It was an amazing vehicle, but it wasn't quite what I was looking for. I was actually looking for a little bit more suspension, a little bit more travel, a little more comfort than what it actually, even the Raptor provided.
Yeah, you wanted to go faster, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. And so that's where APG came in, and you're looking at all these different long travel kits, trying to decide what route to go. And at the end of the day, it only took a few moments to figure out APG is where it's at.
Right on. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Guys, we're going to get into a bit of the build details here. This started off, this is a 23?
This is a 22.
22.
This one here. Yeah, it's a 22.
So Brian sourced the 22, slightly used, but pretty much mint condition. Area 51 4-door Wild Track.
That's correct.
Vehicle came in pretty much bone stock. It had some wheels or tires on it. Mm-hmm. It's what we call a donor. We could build on a slightly used yet perfect condition used donor, or we prefer to build on brand new if you don't want to have that worry of something being used. So that's the general start of it. It started off as a Wild Track. He walked into the restaurant, he said yes to everything on the menu. So the full carbon fiber body system, outfitted with a 3-inch flare. Starting to see more of these built right now, gives you a bit more tire coverage. But I think that gray weave carbon, that metallic gray charcoal weave next to this Area 51, this is my new favorite color combination. It works. I keep bouncing around with every new car we build, but this works. Looking at the front of the vehicle, you guys have seen us religiously use Baja Designs. Brian wanted to do something a little different here. He goes, I love KC lights. George, can you make something work with KCs? So we still have the fog pocket kit down at the bottom, but this is something I don't think has ever been done before. We've got this massive 7-pod system sitting on top of this HD modular bumper. It looks right. Ryan, what do you think?
I think it looks great.
It doesn't look like an afterthought.
It naturally fit the contour to the front of the grille. It sat in there nicely with some modifications to the bracketry. You guys knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. Brian's like, hey, George, this light doesn't go there, but can you make it go there? I'm like, hold my beer.
Yeah.
I can do it. The guys found out some custom brackets, got the bumper mounts in there, and it just works. So sitting up on the A-pillar, we have the KC Flex 3s up there. Those are some custom SDHQ 8-pillar brackets. I like those brackets, guys. They stand it up a little bit so you have hardware access. Gets you a bit better pattern as you're beaming that light. It doesn't reflect off the hood as much. So came from the 2-door standard Bronco to Bronco Raptor, then kind of looking at Pro Runner. This is Pro Runner everything. Massive primary shocks, secondary bypasses, the pump stops, 1-ton axles, heavy duty steering. It's got the works. We don't need to go over that.
Right.
But if you could give me a little bit about, if you could give me a bit of like your experience kind of going from that Sasquatch original Bronco to going to the Raptor, and then let's go out and rip this thing. You know, what are you looking for in an off-road expedition adventure vehicle?
Yeah, well, ultimately it's just the comfort of the ride in any kind of atmosphere you're in. And so if I'm coming across the desert and we're clipping along at, let's just say 30 mile an hour, and you come across a bigger dip, well, if it's smooth trail in the Sasquatch, you're on the binders. We've got to get this thing slowed down.
Yeah.
Now you step up to the Raptor in that same scenario, and you know, it's like, okay, well, we don't have to be in the brakes as bad, but man, I feel like I'm going to destroy this thing.
It's just got that little more.
Got a little extra to it.
Yeah.
Stepping up to the Pro Runner, it's just stepping up to that next level.
Yeah.
My brain still tells me brake because it's still an expensive vehicle. We don't want to destroy it, but it's designed to do that. And what this thing is doing is giving us the ability to push through things where otherwise we'd be on the binders in panic mode, where now we're just able to continue enjoying our ride.
Throttle out.
That's right.
And I get it. Like a Raptor is enough suspension for a vast majority of people.
Beautiful vehicle.
Yeah, it is wonderful, but not everybody needs that next level.
Right.
Like even a regular Bronco has got more suspension travel functionality than so many production off-road cars. So like, but you know, some people just want that next level. Even though they don't use it, they kind of want it there, right?
Yeah.
Like have it and not need it, then need it and not have it kind of situation.
Right, absolutely.
But this has just got so much more wheel travel, so much more shock, so much control. So you want like next level, you got next level. Yeah. What do you say we go like rip it?
Let's go have some fun.
We just got back. That was awesome. We dropped tire pressure down to 18.
Amazing
and
changes.
You clearly know this terrain. All right, I'm gonna shut up.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You know, it's just a little bit of just changing the air pressure took some of that sharpness out of the ride that we were
just
getting.
went on a run.
Because we had just gone on a quick run, aired down, made a couple fine adjustments to the suspension, and it's just light years ahead of what it was an hour ago. And just these fine little tunes to make this thing almost feel like you're on a pillow floating through everything we just went through.
We had some big hits there. There was some big G outs.
Yeah, and a lot of those.
We bottomed out one time in the rear, but that was about it.
Yeah, and then we jumped out, made a quick adjustment, and it kind of smoothed everything out. And it's really going to take some time to just kind of make these small little adjustments to make it ride like what our style is. And talking with George, he knows all these different styles, but he doesn't know my style. So that's kind of the next step, is just to make a few little tweaks.
Haul ass.
He knows it now.
But so impressions coming, like I like people are like, hey, is this something that I want to do? Is this something that you're happy you did?
Absolutely, 100%. I would do
is
it
this
all
what you
over
thought
again.
it was going to be?
You know, you never know exactly what you're thinking it's going to be.
Sure.
It's actually a couple steps further, because just when you conceptualize taking a production vehicle, putting a suspension system on it, there's so many people out there that just slap things on and say, it's great, it's got long travel.
Yeah.
So you never know exactly where you're getting in until you go and you actually drive it. And that's exactly what I got to do just now. And it's by far superseding every thought that I had coming into this.
Hell yeah, that's what I want to hear. We work hard. So like people like getting these reactions. We need to do more. I want to do more reactions with the customers, because like we really put our heart and soul and energy and passion into these builds. And I'm happy that you took advantage of it and you enjoy it, and it was the right decision for you. So.
Yeah, absolutely, George. And I want everybody to know that I came into this without ever riding in one of these vehicles. It was just sheerly the pride, the joy, the support that I felt George gives to every customer, not just me, but walking into his facility, I felt like he cared. Immediately, I got a tour of his shop. Then you go and you look at the engineering and you look at the passion, and you know that the design is going to be there because this is the one vehicle that he's focusing on. Thank you so much.
All right, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and we'll see you on the next one.